Welcome back to another episode of the Payday 3 map making guide. In this episode, we're going to be going over nav mesh. So, nav in this game is very much simpler than in Payday 2, so that's quite nice. So, I've already set up nav mesh here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of that. So, we need this block volume, that's okay. I'm going to get rid of this nav mesh bounds and that. Perfect. Pro tip number 1, if you press P, it'll show you the nav. I don't have any because I deleted it, so that's part of the reason. But if I go back here, I type in nav, mesh, bounds, volume. There you go. So you can see here I have now a nav mesh. But this isn't the actual nav mesh. This is just a preview of the nav mesh. I'm going to do something like this. I'm actually going to make it just a little bit wider. Bring the blocking volume, and I'm actually going to make sure wrapping around this entire new section that I am making. So obviously, wherever I go, I want the NPCs to be able to go. So let's say, for example, set up a cube, make a little bit of a wall, and we make another wall. So how the nav mesh works, at least in Payday 2, is we put a bunch of cover points everywhere. The AI would move from cover point to cover point. And then we would also section off like, hey, this is where the connector point of these two nav mesh rooms are going to be. In Payday 3, it's actually quite similar, but it's all handled using something called room volume. So a room volume is just telling the AI in the game, hey, this is a room, try to find your way to the same room as the player. So in this instance, I'm going to create a room covers this section, and I'm going to create a room that covers this section. Perfect. So now that we have the two rooms, we need a way to tell the game that they connect, which is what this room connector volume is for. So if we just put that around door frame-ish, it doesn't need to be perfect, honestly. I don't think you need to do a lot, it just needs to intersect with both of them. We can then select it, so room A is room volume 2, and room B, room volume 2. Sorry, room volume 1 and room volume 2. If you want, also, if you were to have a door here, you can set the gate to be that door, so that the AI would know, hey, there's a door here, let's get up to the door frame, open up the door, and enter it. But because there isn't, and it's not going to be breaching, this works perfectly fine. So, now that we have this, there's still one issue, which is it's not physically there. In order to get this here, you need to hit the build button. Once you do that, it's going to say this pop-up's going to be here. If you do the build button, it's going to do both lighting and nav mesh. So it's good to kind of do them both at the same time. See, it lagged out a little bit, but now it's built the navigation, now it's built in lighting. Obviously, it's a very simple map, so there's not anything complex here. It finished both. So I did a minor change off camera, so did the same thing. I just added this barrier here, and then I put the cop spawns instead of them over here. I just put them over here, and yeah, there you go. You can load into the heist. See how it looks. We're in the heist. I already set it up. I killed everybody. So the only thing to know is that it actually takes quite a while for them to spawn in. If it wasn't apparent already. So even though it says the assault is active, they're not here. Don't worry, your map isn't messed up. It's just they take a little bit to get here. Alright, so here they are, they're spawning in. So the reason why it didn't work before is because they spawned in here and the bags and civilians were in here. So they had no reason to go into the other room that I was in. Doing it this way though, they pour in totally fine, go in between the rooms, because this is where the bags are, and there you go. Nav as simple as that, no more annoying other units that you had to put in to separate the navigation. It's just a couple of volumes, and you're good to go.